Okay, so the epoxy is now mixed. Not much, I only got about 20 grams in here. And the first thing I'm going to do, just make sure it's really well mixed. Get down in the bottom corner of the cup, scrape the bottom, scrape the sides. Okay, so then all I'm going to do is just dribble some resin all over this fabric. And together with a squeegee card and a brush, I'm going to now distribute this out over the entire surface. Try and work from the middle outwards. You've also got to bear in mind that we've got to let the fabric shape itself around the corners. So with the brush, just very gently pulling it down from the outside of here down into the airfoil. Don't want any creases in the fabric. And careful to spread it out nicely, stretch it out. Let it conform nicely to the inside shape of this airfoil. Also being careful here not to push that fillet out of the corner. I want it to stay in the corner, so this will go vertical around here. It's a little bit of a delicate operation because of this quite complex shape here. So I'm just making sure that the glass is nicely conformed. Try not to get any pleats. Using the brush in the 3D corners because the flat squeegee card won't allow me to get into those sharp corners. Just a little snip over here. This I'll have to put a little patch, a little strip of glass standing up here as well, just to help conform nicely to the shape, and also to cover this inner area. I'm not being too pedantic about getting out too much of the fabric, of the resin out of the fabric, because there's still another 2 layers of fabric coming in here before the Airix goes down. Or sorry, just another 1 layer, 2 pieces. One will be the carbon, which will go along the leading edge, and the 100-gram glass going down the trailing edge. And then I'll just do a little bit of a reinforcement around the corner here. Taking the brush again and just getting into these 3D corners, making sure that there's no air bubbles or air entrapped under the glass. Remember, I've got a micro balloon and epoxy mix filler down in this tip and all along the leading edge, which will help to ensure that we get fabric and filler just underneath the paint. Obviously when we take this out, the paint layer needs some support, so we just got to make sure that the glass goes everywhere and there's no air pockets. Of course this will all be bagged down at a later stage, consolidating everything, pressing everything into the mold. And as long as you realize that vacuum itself can't push everything into every corner, you have to make sure that you get your fabric and your fillets into the corners before you start bagging, because you can end up with bridging and a disaster afterwards, because you've got air pockets between the fabric and the paint. Right, I'll carry on just getting this all nicely done, and I'll move on the video again. We'll continue when I start with the carbon layer and the glass layer.